Katrina is also coming. So I think all of you have done with me the meditation of how to milk the Akashic records and how to go beyond the karma. Do you all remember it? You remember for sure, Evan, but all the others. And then I was a little bit in shock because I got a lot of resistance. Maybe it was things that I was identifying as a resistance, but I got also mails afterward, messages afterward, that people told me, do you want to erase all the past? What are we going to do without the past? And everybody gave his own idea. So I decided that this lesson, without going into the subject itself, we can go, but usually what I do is I am just explaining the concept and then I'm going into the meditation. And people feeling the meditation in their body, that they can erase all the past and they feel what happened in their body, I think that it helps them to understand it more through the body than through the mind. And the questions or the fears or the suspicions are coming from the saying, does it work? Is it really work? Or you are just bullshitting us or whatever? And just to clarify it, I want to say that I'm sure, from my experience, that just going through this meditation helps us to create something new in our body, also physically, which is also based on scientific science. If you can read it in Bruce Lipton books, the moment you are ready to erase the past, even for 1 or 2 minutes, doesn't mean that from now forever you are healed and clean, but it means that it helps you to go to this space, that in this space you are healing yourself all the time. And sometimes you have to do it again and again and again, sometimes less, but at the end of the day, this helps a lot. And I don't give you anything that I didn't do myself. So I know for myself how it feels in my body, in my psyche, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. So I decided that this lesson will be dedicated for all of us as teachers to learn how to teach something which is totally out of the box. And I asked ChatGPT a little bit about it. Then ChatGPT asked me, what do you want to teach? And then he answered me, it's not teaching out of the box. It is breaking all the boxes. So this is the way ChatGPT looks at it. But all of you who have been with me and working with me for years, you know that at the end of the day, we are always walking on the edge. We are always creating something new. I am going to go beyond the borders, I would say, beyond what is known, walking to the unknown and walking on the edge. This is part of the way we are living, all of us now, because you have been with me for so much time. So we know. So the question now, or the subject now, will be the theme: how to teach something which is totally new and out of the box. And it is a great lesson for us as human beings, but also a great lesson for us as teachers. Yani, is it okay with your husband or?
I have to go. I will see if I reach to come back.
Oh,
If I reach it, I come back.
okay. So this is what I see from ChatGPT, and I will translate a little bit and I will talk with you how to do it. I think it's also okay for every lesson you teach, but especially when you teach something which is out of the box and you know it will challenge some of the old ideas, old beliefs, belief systems. It is important for us to know how to deal with this. And I'm looking at Shalu, I don't know why, but I think for you it will be very, very efficient and effective what we're going to talk today. But for all of us, everybody here is teaching something, or even saying something, or even sharing his ideas with his partner or somebody else, and you want to share it in a way that it will be acceptable. This is something that we have to learn how to do. Today, I will teach the first lesson, and the second lesson will be taught by the amazing one and only Barbora Strabakova. Okay, so how we do it? I will speak and I will say the concept, and right afterwards, we'll do the meditation together. So you will see it also in your sleep. Teaching a new out-of-the-box concept, this ChatGPT says, requires a different approach than teaching standard material. When trying to instill an innovative or unconventional idea, the biggest challenge is not just the technical level, but the brain's natural resistance to what is unfamiliar. So we have to understand first that our brain physically resists to get something which is not familiar. It's easier to share with you things that are familiar for you. Like if I was teaching today about how to brush your teeth, that you brush every morning, or how to do this and that, whatever it is that you're doing every day, every day, every day. And it is within the framework that you know. So this is easy to share. This is easy to teach. The moment I will tell you, I think the best for you is to wash your teeth by coconut oil and clove, which this is the way I'm doing it, then maybe resistance will come automatically, not against you, not because of you, but because you're offering something which is not familiar to the listener. And then this is what ChatGPT says, and I will share with you a few steps which I really like, I must say. First, serve a Trojan horse. Begin with the familiar. So if I want to teach you or to convince you to brush your teeth with coconut oil, I have to begin with the familiar. For example, what will be familiar? Familiar will be that I think it's very important to brush your teeth every day. Or it's very important to do it in this kind of brush or this kind of brush or whatever. We are doing it every day. At that moment, everything is acceptable. I'm not getting any kind of backfire at that very moment. So whenever you are going to teach something unconventional, go inside yourself or learn and find out what is the most conventional thing that is close to the unconventional. So you can begin to create some kind of trust. I think I'm doing it, but I just want to share it and I want to learn myself again to see if it's right or wrong. And as you know, we are always, as I said, we're on the edge. So we have to train the listener not to give us his resistance. And as you know, we are all doing it, hopefully here for sure in the family. We build such a trust already that it's easier for us to share with each other things that are not conventional. If Shalom, for example, will tell me tomorrow, Shlomo, you have to go to this, don't remember the name, if something that will check your pulse, for example, I said automatically yes, because I trust her, although I didn't realize what it's all about. So when you build trust first, then you go with the trust all the time. Hello, Jasmina, are you taking us all to the sea, or you just we are going to?
I'm on the sea. In house of the sea, but I have to check something, so I'll go back in
That's
the
it.
house. Yeah, sorry.
Don't take us to the water with them.
No,
So after creating this kind of trust, but more than trust, something that we share, which is in a way conventional, and the listener is listening to you, then you can go a little bit forward. ChatGPT calls it a Trojan horse. I think it's too manipulative, but it's okay to begin with something that we all know. And then what is important is creating a bridge of logic. So the moment we are agreeing with somebody that everybody agrees with, which is conventional, we have to find out, just as you do it in nature, when you go to the wilderness, you create a bridge of concept, a bridge of logic, which at the end of the day, you say, if this is right and this is right, maybe the third stage is also right. You understand me? So when you do this first, you talk about the conventional, and then you create a bridge of logic, then it's easy, really easy to go beyond. But then what ChatGPT says, and this is something that I totally agree, you have to create curiosity through cognitive dissonance. So if people think that if you said A and then you said B and then the bridge is C, and everybody is now waiting for the D, and you say, no, 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 now the D is not there anymore. And I'm bringing you to step, let's imagine that we are climbing a ladder, and then you're climbing a ladder and one shelf is missing. So you are on one leg on the ladder, other leg in the air, and then you are not so stable. And then you are in a situation that something in your mind, in your brain, is not really stable. It's not really safe, feel safe. So what ChatGPT says, which is interesting, and it's not him, it's like I asked him to share with me everything based on what he knows about me already and based on my book and other things. So when something at once happens in the teaching that takes you out of your comfort zone already, and then you try to find out solution, it's easier to give you an idea which is not in the comfort zone. To make room for a new way of thinking, you first need to show that the old way doesn't work. So, for example, if I'm trying to convince you to brush your teeth with a coconut oil, then I have to show you that the way you are doing it doesn't work. And then you are there in the unknown, and then you're looking for a solution. And then you will ask me, so what do you suggest? Then what he says, which is interesting, let the learners get stuck for a moment. This mild sense of helplessness generates a genuine curiosity and openness to receiving the surprising or new solution. So if I try to talk about the Akashic records or the karma, let's today focus on the Akashic records. I have to show you that if it was your idea for years, maybe for those who really believe in it, that the Akashic records, the concept of the Akashic records doesn't work. Doesn't bring anything new to you, doesn't bring any kind of safety, or doesn't bring the real desired future, but stops you from being able to look at your desired future in a total freedom. So the moment you feel this, and you feel that if you go to the Akashic records, you're still stuck, then you will ask me or yourself, or the concept, or God, whatever. So what is there instead of the Akashic? Then you are looking for any kind of solution, any kind of help. And then we have to give time, which is interesting. So when I'm bringing you into the paradox, the riddle, whatever it is in case study, and I show you that the methods are failing completely, then there is a possibility that you will ask me, consciously or unconsciously, what is the solution? To do it, we have to also generate a genuine curiosity, an openness to receiving the new solution. I'll go on and then I'll give you the whole picture the way I see. And then what ChatGPT says, and this is very interesting, he said the human brain thinks in patterns. And you have to bring a good analogy, acts as a mental shortcut. You have to translate the complex or unconventional concept into a simple story. He gives as an example the story of Jim Barnett when he created the web, and he was trying to explain what is the www. Now it seems to us like the main road we are driving on and we understand. But at the beginning we didn't know what it means. He gave few examples, models, analogs. One of them was the spider web. That you have to look at the web as a spider net. And everybody is connected to everybody. And everything is connected to everything. So the moment he gave this analogy, it became very clear, very simple. And then he said, you have to shift from passive to active. This is important, and this I missed last lesson. This was my mistake. Instead of explaining things, giving them mind facts, he said, experience first, understand later. And this is something very, very important I want to share with you. When you are teaching, or even for myself, when I'm teaching, The experiential work is amazing. It works. I know the moment we are all ready to trust each other, the moment you are closing your eyes, the moment we are going into the meditation, I'm not talking to your mind. I'm not talking even to your thoughts. I'm not talking even to your clever mind or even to what you know. I'm going beyond. And hopefully, those of you who are teaching, going beyond. Isabel, when she's teaching, she's not bothering with what you think about her or whatever. She goes all the time beyond. She brings you past life, future lives, inner child, whatever she brings. And then connecting to the inner child, for example, it is very, very effective. Today I had a podcast with a very famous guy that he has millions of people followers. I don't know what will happen because it was in Hebrew, but for sure it will have a huge effect. And I was looking at his eyes, and he was, I think, 15 years ago, he was drug addict, and he was in jail, etc., etc. So for him to talk to the judge was already something very exciting. And then I was talking to him about his inner child. I told him the story of Nietzsche, you know it already. The moment I did it, and I said, please hug your inner child, and I told him what I see. I didn't know his history, but I know it was sure that he had some issues with his father, etc. He began to cry in the podcast. And I must say that I began to cry as well. So in a magical moment, what happened in the room was this amazing, powerful way of connecting that goes totally beyond the mind. That goes totally beyond that I was a judge and he was a drug addict in jail. Goes totally beyond all what we think. You know, when I was going there, I know already from my experience that I don't have to plan anything in these kind of situations. That everything that needs to happen happens. But if I would ask myself logically what will be or how to come close to him, I don't think I would even think about this way. I just knew that I would come totally in love. And I told him the story that I was a judge, and then I saw the book of Tantra, the, no, one moment, I remember the name, The Sacred Understanding. And in this book, there is one sentence of Chuang Tzu that says, when the heart is open, pros and cons are disappearing. So when I told this story, and I told the story of Nietzsche being a camel, a lion, and a little child, you know it already, at that very moment, something magical happened. He began to cry like a little child. I was able to connect him to this child. And then I began to cry as well because it also was healing my little child. And we were in the studio, two grown-up people like children. So the moment we can evade the mind, we evade also most of the time the resistance. And then something magical happens. And what I bless all of us anyway is that we can create this magic wherever we go. When I'm talking to you now, you are here with me, I know we are in a space of love. And I told him that I see that the moment we began with the love, then the love spirit came to the room. And then the whole conversation is totally different. So this is something very, very important to go also, because then we do something that I think this is the meaning of our work. We connect people to the love spirit. And then after experiencing this, then you get the aha moment. And the aha moment comes into us, whatever, if it's logical or not logical, if it's crazy or not crazy. Just you can feel the aha moment comes to your heart. You can feel the love. And when you feel the love and you know it works, nothing will take it from you. The moment you feel it works, yes, Rene, I missed you. So now I know why you're here. To remind me, you are love, we are love, I am love. And then the ChatGPT says, then you give the concept. You never give the concept at the beginning. You give the concept at the end, after the heart is open and everything is open. And then we see, we give it to the people, especially when doing meditation. If it meets something that is acceptable, so you will get it into your body, into your heart. If not, it will go out to the garbage from your body, to the world. So this is something that we have to understand. We have, first of all, open the heart, open the body, and then touch the body and the heart beyond the concept part, beyond their mind. And then he says something else which is amazing. You have to build an environment that fosters mistakes. When you are ready to make mistake, when I'm talking to you now, and you look at me, and you said, okay, I know this bold, crazy guy. Maybe he will make a mistake. He will take us somewhere that is not right for me. That's also okay. You remember I had a lesson about dare to make mistakes. I don't know if you remember it. It was long ago. Some of you are new, but I'm talking a lot about it. Dare to make mistakes. And let's imagine that I'm saying something now that is a mistake. I can always come next lesson or even tomorrow to write you. Sorry, this was a mistake. And when this kind of trust is there and when there is love there, everything can happen. And this is also very effective in couples living together, in partnership, whatever partnership we're talking about. The moment I can come to my wife and say, I'm sorry, what I did yesterday was a mistake, what I said yesterday was a mistake. And I know that I will be accepted totally, just the way before I made a mistake. Then the whole thing is totally okay. I will say, okay, I will try today not to go into too many stories because I want also to do meditation. ChatGPT said the bottom line, to teach something out of the box, don't try to force people out of the box. Show them that the old box no longer holds water and let them build the new one themselves. So when I can show you that all this belief system about Akashic records, for example, or the karma, didn't bring more happiness to them, didn't we bring more transformation to them, didn't bring more creation to them, but more something that is in the back of our mind, kind of a library up in the sky, that all the stories are there and we cannot, and we are doomed to do it, especially in the concept of karma. At that very moment, if you see it, and it makes sense, you will ask yourself, so what else should I do? And this is something that will bring you to be open to this new concept, I would say, but it's not a concept, way of thinking. And then I said to ChatGPT, he said to me, maybe you tell me what do you want to share? I'll do it very quickly now. teaching how to dissolve the Akashic record library and live beyond karma. And then he said, this is quite a deep and abstract concept, one that is not just out of the box, but completely distracted the box itself. And then he gives some ideas, but I will not go into this. We don't have enough time. But based on what I was teaching you before, he gave the ideas how to do it in this special concept. So what we'll do now, we'll do the meditation of the Akashic records. And I will ask each and every one of you, includes those who have been yesterday in the lesson, to give me the chance to give them a hand to all of us. Yes, Isabel, you're smiling. Huh? To take you into the unknown. And you will see if it has any kind of experience to you, it will be great. And if not, it's also okay. So let's put our feet on the ground. Let's close our eyes. And let's begin by making the sound we do almost every lesson. I want us to bring the sound from the ground through our body. And now when we do this, I want you to move your hands from down up to the sky, touching your chakras. Very gentle, but just touch your chakras and go on. So the first sound we'll do, we begin down and then we go up. And again and again. Wow. And again, from the ground to the sky. Do it with me with the same frequency. Wow. Getting breath. Wow. 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 Two more. Wow. Wow. Now put your hands on your heart and imagine that we are standing on the seashore, barefoot, and feet in the ground, looking at the waves, and feeling the waves coming in and out, touching our hearts. Slowly, slowly, our heart becomes more open and more open. And we imagine that the waves are melting all the walls around our heart. So I see within me the ocean. The ocean comes and goes within my body. And within my body, I can feel it. In my body, I can feel that every wave melts more and more and more and more of my warmth. And I'm looking inside and I'm feeling that slowly, slowly, the waves are melting all the old patterns around my heart. Wave is coming and going, coming and going. Coming and going. I want us to make a sound just from the heart, very, very gentle sound that connects to the frequency of the field. Doing this, I'm slowly, slowly open my hands up to the sky from my heart, and I feel physically that the heart is totally open now, and I'm surrendering to the energy of the ocean. Do it with me. Wow. You can feel the energy comes from the ground to the sky through your body. And you can feel the feelings, the frequency in your fingers, in your heart, in your hands. Something is shaking. Something is tingling. Wow. Now I want you to raise your head to the sky, to touch your third eye, and to push back until you feel that you are looking up to the sky with closed eyes. And you can open your hands, and all of a sudden, you go out of your body and you begin to rise up to the sky. You still have your soul, you still have your awareness, your spirit, but the more higher you go, you are losing your body on the way until you become a drop of water. Now you can slowly, slowly let go of your hands and imagine that you are a drop of water and you can feel it in your third eye. Slowly, slowly, you let go of all what you know of all your beliefs, slowly, slowly, you become nothing. Just a drop of water. No ego, no understanding, not profession, not any responsibility, and not any personality. Just a drop of water. And imagine yourself going up and up and up and up and up and up and up until you are there in the sky, flying here and there, here and there. All of a sudden, you see a bright light somewhere in space, maybe even beyond the Milky Way, very, very high. Try to imagine it, higher than higher than higher. And now you're just a drop of water flying in the sky, surrendering to the field, surrendering to the experience of existence, surrendering to whatever wants to come. Feel it. Feel it. You're totally open, totally empty, just field of energy. All of a sudden, you see in the sky a very, very bright light. Try to imagine the brightest light you saw ever in your life. It's too much. It's a lot of bright light. It's your decision to go there. You summon your courage and you go there. So you're attracted to the bright light. The closer you come, the more strange it becomes. And then all of a sudden you see a huge, huge library that you cannot even imagine the size of it. You cannot see one side and the other side at all. Come from eternity and they go to eternity. Huge, huge, huge library. And you know, in this library, there is also your file. Your file from past life and future life. Everything is written there. And you feel it's too much to live your life, such a burden of information. You live your life when everything is written somewhere. You live your life and there is kind of a rules, what you do or what you should not do. And the more you think about it, the more you feel the burden of the fire of the Akashic records on your shoulder. Feel it. Feel it. Let it be. And now you see even brightest light, something you cannot really look at, comes from your file of the Akashic record. And you look inside and you decide to go beyond fear, to go with total intention, to let go of all these stories from your life. To let yourself heal from all these stories. And in one moment, you feel that you can sneak in and steal your file from the Akashic record. And you sneak in beyond your fear, take courage, and you steal this file from Akashic record. And you put it there, and you decide to burn it, to let go of all these past stories. And imagine yourself standing in front of the file of the Akashic records, sending your hands forward, do it. And you feel the fire comes out of your hands. And you put it, and you put your total intention, and you focus on the fire, and you bring the fire out of your hands. And your hands are becoming more hot, more hot, more hot, hotter and hotter, until the fire comes out of your fingers and out of your palm, and you put it together, and you put it like a laser beam into the fire, and the fire begins to burn. And you put it more and more and more and more and more, more, and you bring more fire and more fire and more fire and more fire and more fire until you see the fire begins to go on fire, and the fire begins to disappear. You continue all the way until you feel that your file in the Akashic records is disappearing. It's burning and disappearing. This is a magical moment. So in this moment, you are a drop of water in the sky. With no past. You just fly high. You feel total love and freedom. And in this moment, we can create our desired future out of nothing. Everything is possible. There are no records. Nothing is holding us to the past. Feel this feeling of nothingness, but also great joy, light. We are out of this baggage of so many years and generations, and we are already there. The moment you feel it, in that very moment, you go and you can decide to come back. You come back to our planet Earth out of nothing, just a drop of water. And we begin to go down and down and down until we are in our paradise. And in our paradise, we can see our new body, totally new body. And we can choose our new body, whatever we want to choose now. And we look on the body we choose to have from now on. And when we choose this, you can see a beautiful, healthy, happy body. A beautiful, happy, healthy 50 trillion cells, new, totally new. And we can feel it physically. And slowly, slowly, we are touching our body, bringing it back to this planet. We put our feet on the ground and we go down and down and down. We put our feet on the ground and we connect to Mother Earth. And I will count to 10 and we'll be sitting on our chairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let go of your head with closed eyes. Look at the ground. Give yourself a moment between the words. Feel how you relax your neck and shoulders and back just by letting go, letting go. Slowly, slowly, when we are ready, we can open our eyes and look at the ground. Take a deep breath and then go. Now, slowly, slowly, when you are ready, you can raise your eyes to the screen and you can write down, what do you feel now? What do you feel now? Yes, Carlos. Just write in the chat. We don't have much time. And take a sip of water. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Shalou. Thank you, Jasmina. Thank you, Abby. Thank you, Michaela. Thank you. I also feel lighter, more open. Thank you, Nadine. Thank you, Petrina. Wow, Petrina. Thank you, Barbora. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Isabel. Okay. We can go on and explain. We can go on also and share. But we have today an amazing surprise. I asked Barbora to share with us who is she, where is she going, and what did she want. But before that, I want to tell you that you already know that I love Barbora very much. And I appreciate her connecting mind and heart. She's amazing. She's going always with her heart also her mind is sharp. So this is a proof that it doesn't come one on the other. One on the, which means I translate from Hebrew, that when you have more mind, you have less heart. It doesn't have to be like that. So, but when I say mind, it's not, I'm talking about the brain, the mental part. So Barbora, thank you very much, because I told you to do it just an hour, 2 hours ago. Thank you for saying yes, although it was working, I know. And very big family of teachers. Barbora is with us already. Barbora, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. I first have to thank you very much for the meditation, Shlomo. And I think this is going to be a little bit difficult conversion from the meditation and from the calm energy. So I'm just going to try to be more in action so everybody will be more awake with me, if possible. Thank you very much for opening all of the people. And yeah, I tried my best, as you all know from the last presentation, and Shlomo got me at work, but I like to take everything that is coming to me. So because it has a reason, right? And Shlomo knows why he does what he does. So thank you for this trigger, so Shlomo. Okay, so the question was the new me and the questions that just Shlomo asked, which actually all of us are here for those questions, right? And we are continuing with our development on our spiritual path. And so I was actually asking myself when Shlomo asked me to do this presentation about myself. But really don't want to make it about me, because I think that all of us are going through, I would say, challenging times, let's say. Let's put it this way, right? Challenge is the correct word in the business world. I see your hand, Shlomo. Is it a stop or is it a go? Okay, I guess it's a go.
The camera changed, so now I
No
see.
worry. Okay. Okay, so it's a go. Okay. So I would like to make it about all of you. And of course, I didn't have so much time to prepare, but I have questions here. So when you see me not looking at you, I'm trying this looking at you through the camera that Shlomo taught us, but this time it's going to be like half and a half. So I would like to ask you to try to ask yourselves these questions. So while I'll be talking about these issues that I am discovering and rediscovering every day in myself, maybe it will be inspiration for you in the end of this hour that I have. So you can ask these questions yourself, and I hope that you will have maybe not answers, but maybe some inspiration to go this way. So the first question is, who am I underneath everything I learned and I needed to be? Who am I underneath everything I learned I needed to be? I can write it in the chat, actually. Maybe it will be easier. Who am I underneath everything I learned I needed to be? That's the first question. The second question is, who am I when I have nothing to prove? That would be the second question. It's in the chat. The third question, who am I without the roles I have carried for years? That's the third question. And the fourth, who am I when I stop being who everybody needs me to be. So these 4 questions are the questions that I was asking myself, and I'm still asking myself, besides the questions that Shlomo is teaching us. And do you all see the chat, or do you need me to read them aloud? You see all the chat? If there is somebody who needs to me to read it, please raise your hand. If not, the chat will be fine. Perfect. Okay. So, I will start with a story because this weekend I was visiting my dad and I brought my friend who is a dentist, and my father wanted to be his friend. So I created a, when you do this for mothers, you create like a rendezvous for your children, so they have friends so they can talk and, you have your free time. So I did this for my father with my friend dentist so they can talk and they can have a good time. So it was perfect. And they were talking about how challenging is life and how, difficult is everything. But what was interesting for me to listen to was that my father, he's a karate trainer still. He did karate all of his life. And this friend of my dentist, he used to do Aikido, which is a version of a martial art. And they were discussing, which got my interest, the how actually the story of karate. I don't know if you know karate or karate in English, and the story of karate. And what came to my mind was that it actually is a great story to share for this new me, because this is how karate evolved. So when my father started to explain why actually karate exists these days, and I don't know if you know, in karate, like in many other sports, you have this belt that you have to like have, and according to this belt, you are somebody. Like you have first dan, second dan, whatever, and you are actually technically valued, that you are good. Like the best is red. My father has black, so it's like one B below. And but it wasn't like that all the time. This version of karate with this definitions of who is better was created quite recently, we would say. And so it was created in a way that in Okinawa, in Japan, on the island, the karate was actually performed by old masters, and it was performed because they were protecting their village. It was a protection for them, and it wasn't a competition. And so they were really skilled masters, and it was very natural for everybody to value those masters, skilled masters, and they wanted to be like them. So everybody wanted to train karate because they wanted to do karate. And there was no value judging, there was no evaluation. It was just, like you have to survive, so karate the best way you can. But what happened with evolution when there started to be gunpowder and guns, these masters suddenly didn't actually have a purpose, because there were guns, so you didn't need to protect yourself with karate, and you didn't have to have this martial arts because you had a gun and you could shoot somebody. So what happened is that um, when they discovered this, they were quite kind of lost. So what started to be, I do it very shortly, so you are not tired of this story. But what started to happen is that they created a sports karate. So it's not like martial arts anymore. It's considered to be, but it's not this way. It started to be like you have to be judged for who you are regarding your belt. So if you are white, that's the beginning. Then you have, like endings that are yellow. Then you have yellow, then orange. So all these colors, they added to your value. So they created how good you are. So the comparison started. And today's karate is like that. So it's not about overall, it's not about how good you can protect yourself and your family and your surroundings. It's about how good you are compared to the other one regarding the color of your belt and stuff like that. And So what came to me, and the moral of the story is, actually, I have a presentation, Shlomo. I can present a picture, so you can also see the beautiful Okinawa master.
One
Wait, I
moment, I
have
will
to.
give you. Yes, you can show it now.
Can show it now. Okay. Mm. This is my best part. I could start it before.
Do you
Share.
have also karate belt?
Sorry?
Do you have also karate belt?
Yeah, I was in the beginning, but I didn't finish it. So this is how approximately, this is not my father, but this is Okinawa master. So this would be somebody who or is still somebody. There was actually my father who is in this dojo. They had a master coming to them from Okinawa, and he looks like this. So this is probably how this person who would like. So what is the moral of the story is that and what came to me when I was thinking about the new me is what is exactly new actually. And the new me is not visible on the surroundings. So I don't have a belt, I don't have a better belt and a different color. I still am a mom. I still work. I still have responsibility. I still love to learn. I'm still ambitious and curious. And yet something really fundamental changed in me. And I think this something, and it's really it's very close to the monks or to the karate masters, I would rather say. I was all of my life extremely capable and functioning, as you remember from my last presentation, and Shlomo was also talking about my mind. I love structure. I love to be very, like I love to solve problems for everybody, and I still keep going. And because I am good at it, I assume that this is who I was all of my life. And like the masters who assume that this is them because that's what they were good at, right? They were perfect in martial arts. They were really performing. And then suddenly when the guns came and they lost their purpose, they had to think about it, right? And so today I still have these same qualities in me. I'm still the old, right? But there are some strategy that I learned in order to kind of who am I when I no longer need to prove anything, right? Like who am I when I no longer need to do the perfect martial arts, need to do the perfect strategy and solve all the problems and do the roles that I was used to do because I'm still them, right? I'm still the mom, I'm still the worker, the entrepreneur. I'm still doing all of this, but so the old programming had to kind of first get this question: Who am I when I no longer need to prove anything? And it's not easy, I have to say. This is my process, and so because I confused performance with identity. That's a big thing, right? I performed and I thought that's me. I had to first understand that I really am valuable, even though I don't do so much. I'm not valuable because I can do a lot. I'm valuable because I am, and I have all of these possibilities to do what I'm able today to do. Also, I don't answer the question whether I am in, or I don't ask myself a self question, am I enough? Because I already know that I am enough. And I already know that this performance is a wonderful instrument, but it is not by identity. It is just something behind it. So, and this is the martial arts comparison that I can do martial arts. I'm really good at it, like in the terms of solving problems and doing the strategy and everything. But that's not who I am. So this is the first thing I needed to learn, and this is the new me. So maybe I'm more spiritual, maybe I'm more disciplined, maybe I'm healthier. But again, if I would kind of try to create a new me in this better me, like Barbora, 102030, whatever, like when you buy a new notebook, every time you start to create the ideas and you do the strategies and you buy a new notebook and then you buy another one, and the new one will be the financial guru one, and so I can be all of this, but that would be again what a performing person, a performing identity. And this is actually something that I need to constantly, daily remind myself in the new me that this new me in the martial arts and in me being without these identities that I created in the long run has to be different. So I got myself thinking, what if transformation is really not about adding all of the time new things? What it is actually more about uncovering what is in me and what has been in me all the time. This is the question that we are solving here quite often, right? And all of us are having it in ourselves. Because in my structural thinking, I was still adding new roles, new capabilities. I wanted to learn, I wanted to know everything. But the thing is that new me is not someone I am manufacturing, because really new me is someone I am uncovering. This is the new me. So the next thing I needed to do is to understand. Maybe I will try to share here. Okay. So the next thing I needed to understand is what it feels like to be home. No, before the new home, I will try to show you something else. So the new me, I have this picture. I hope it will be possible to share. Yeah, it's this. I have this picture. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. So the new me, this is the old me, even though it's the picture that you can see now because I just took it like half an hour ago. But the half of the picture of the next half next to my face is the lion. It's actually it's very funny because it's a painting that I got from actually my daughter got it from her father, and we are separated, we are not together. And she didn't color it. I colored it. It's like a dot painting. I don't know if you know it, with the numbers. So you paint it and you create something. And it's really interesting because it said at our home like for half a year, and she didn't do it because it was too difficult for her. And suddenly like I started to do it because I was like, yeah, it has to be done because like another task to solve, another thing to do. So I created it. And what happened is that this painting sits next to me even now. I see it, and it's actually something that is constantly reminding me that this is the new me. It's kind of a lioness, Last time my presentation was about fear, and this lion is actually reminding me this uncovering of my true soul, of my true God spark in me, is actually the lioness, the something that is really powerful, and it always reminds me that I'm uncovering myself and I'm not creating new roles and new identities. And so that's okay. And now the next. So what happened after that? I realized that this new me that I define, because again, it's about me definition, about me defining everything, but that's just who I am. So the new me started like this. Do you know this picture? I don't know if you know the movie, but it's Jim Carrey actually. And so what I was thinking by this movie always comes to my mind when I think about the identity and how the new me I'm uncovering and what actually it means to me. And you know the theory of masks, right? Like we put on our masks in the morning when we go to work. We put on our masks. We have tons of them. We don't even know how many of them are actually in us because they are mostly like Mr. Bruce Lipton and is saying they're mostly in our unconscious. So this always comes to my mind in the morning when with my new me, when I go to, to the outer world, just to remind myself that this is not me. Underneath, it's still me. However, I choose when I put this mask down, it doesn't define me. It's not who I am. It's not my identity. It's something that is just visible maybe to, I decide which masks I take on and which mask is actually the new me. Because again, it might be a mask. We will see, right? It's the evolution. So this is again something that is very important for me in this new me, because I know that when I am able to be conscious enough to see the mask I am putting on and I am going throughout the day, I am free because I really understand who am I, where am I going, what do I really want. This is so Jim really helped all of us, I would say, to understand all the masks that we work with. And the next thing, so before I understood what is my new me, I started to create the structure of what it really feels like being home. Because I would say that home means different things to different people, but for me, home is actually being in myself. But when I don't know what it actually means, I don't know the place, right? So I started to answer this for me. And for me, when I ask what is actually being home, the answer would be that I know when I'm home in myself because there is peace. I know when I'm home because I feel strong without needing to control. That's a very big one because this control thing is an issue. And I really know when I am, anxious to take control and I'm able to release it, I know that I'm home. I feel gratitude when I'm home just simply for being alive. This is my home. So I know this place in me when there is anything, coming up and my old programming, my new old identity wants to come in, I first go home. So I first start to feel safe, to feel connected. I feel connected to life. I feel connected to God, to source, to nature, to other people. This is how I feel that I'm home. And my body feels different. Last time Mazi was talking about it, this is a really big thing, I would say, for all of us, because body is a really great tool to use for feeling home. So when I understand that my nervous system is regulated and I feel through breathing, through, seeing, through really using my senses, I understand that I'm home. And from this point, I'm able to also make better decisions and understand see clearly, see clearly. This is so home is not a place where some difficult things happen. Home is actually a place where I am able to meet happiness, because this is the aim. So this is also what the new me understood or understands. And I wrote here this idea that what is perfect today, I don't know if you know, but we have the sun eclipse. Is it in English, I think? So this is going to happen, and for the first time from since 1999, I think, it happens also in the Europe, on the shores. We can see. So tonight will be this big thing happening from the scientific point of view. But what actually I see for today and for myself also is that this is a possibility for all of us to open our hearts, to open ourselves, to ask the questions that I gave you earlier and really see the new us. What is it that the new us are being able to shine? Because after the sun eclipse, the sun will hopefully shine again on all of us, and we are able to have this moment for ourselves today to really ask ourselves, what is the new us that is just shining through all of the things that we went through to really recreate our home, what it feels like to be home, to understand our bodies and understand what it feels like to be home, to understand the masks that we put on ourselves throughout the day, because what we do every day, this is our life, right? And to search for the lion, for the strength and for the power that we created, because all of us that are here today went through so much. Still, we are going forward because we are the leaders of the future generations. And this is what is really important to seek the power within us that is already uncovering, because I trust that we all are actually very, very close to the mastering of all of this power. So, and what is really important, I would say, in this understanding our power and connecting into the sun, is that through emotions, and that's also the new me, as I expressed last time, the fear was is a very good emotion to understand ourselves and to seek the action when the fear comes. So through all of the masks that we have on ourselves, through all of the fears and doubts that we meet, we need to understand this shining that is waiting for us after we challenge the fear, after we take the action, after we really find the place in us, the home that we really will be stable in, so we can have the power and go forward. So the emotions are not necessarily instructions, but the information that comes through them is really something worth covering, because they really will lead us to the new selves, which actually is the old selves that we actually have in us. It's just a little bit more hidden than we would want to. So last lesson I wasn't there, but I listened to it, and what really kept my attention, and thank you very much, Shlomo, for asking all the questions about religions, because this was also a very big lesson for me, and still is place in me that I return to. And this sun eclipse also is very metaphorical for me, because I think that because we are humans, we like systems, we like structures. And for years, I was fascinated by these systems because I wanted to belong somewhere, to somebody, to a community, to some system. And from last lesson, what I heard from all of you, and what really also touched my heart, because it kind of reminded me that we are really on the same ship, and we really feel ourselves and we understand each other, is that I understood that these systems are very important for us to understand certain things. But all of the psychological models, the spiritual models, the archetypes, anything that we try to look up to and try to be, to structure ourselves in it, they can be good for a certain period, so we can move towards somebody that we actually are. However, they are here to discover ourselves, to discover who we are, to understand ourselves, but not to imprison ourselves. And this is very, very big thing for me in the new me, because it still is a challenge for me not to be kind of jealous of people who belong to, for example, a big family, because my family is quite friction, my biological family, I mean. And that's why I'm really happy to be in SGLA, because really this feeling of being in a family that gives you the freedom to be who you really are and doesn't put you in a structure is something that future leaders need, because we need to believe in ourselves, in our power, in the connection of all of us. And this is where actually the new us can evolve and can create the power for this world to really move forward. So yeah, so this is what I wanted to talk about regarding their religions, because it's a really big thing for all of us, I would say. And this is also in the relationship area, because the new me doesn't want to be tied in fear of abandonment, because for all of my life I was really afraid to be abandoned. All of us have different programs. Mine was also I was afraid to be abandoned, and the new me doesn't wait for the rescue, and the new me doesn't wait for the Prince Charming, even though the romantic comedies I still like to watch. But the new me doesn't say, please come and rescue me, and please, I want to be the bride, so we can live happily ever after. The new me says, okay, this is the place where I can evolve, and I don't have to disappear to be loved. I can shine my light. I can be there for everybody. So the new me is just very strong, like the lion. Again, so and that's also very important, I would say. um the very important part that needs everybody to find in themselves, in their homes, that they have this place where they know and where they understand themselves. And this is again also um at work, because the new me at work, which I still try to evolve, and I still try to be the best and try to create a special and perfect thing and perfect program, and try to give the perfect presentations. Like today, I don't I don't even follow my thoughts very much, so I hope that it makes sense to all of you. I really realized that all of these roles that I created, as I said in the beginning, uh, underneath all of these roles, there is this ability. And the new me understands that really is important to make the sun shine on these abilities. Like all of us, we need to uncover the abilities, understand them clearly, and just let them shine without doubt. And the new me understands this, that mastering this ability to just, and then just with courage, let it shine, is really something that is the path. So I don't have to return to the doubts, to the roles, to who I actually want to be. It's just, yeah, maybe my path is not answering the questions and, being there for everybody all the time. Maybe my path is more about creating questions and making others evolve through these questions so they can hear themselves. That's the new me in action. And so the new me actually really isn't about figuring life, because I haven't figured life. I would say that nobody is actually able to do it in our lifetimes, because that's not the point, right? The new me is just understanding that sometimes I can overwork, sometimes I can, have this wish to be the princess and in the castle and have the Prince Charming. And sometimes I want to do more than 3 projects at the same time, and and be just like over everything. And sometimes I can be uncertain, and sometimes I can feel that I'm not enough. It's the new me understands all of these things, and at the same time, I understand that even a quiet day can be a successful day. And even when I don't solve anything, it's okay. And even when I have 3 projects, it's okay. So the new me isn't finished. It's just I'm more conscious of what I am pretending to be, or what I have pretended to be. I'm more conscious of what I am doing and don't want to do it. So the new me is actually uncovering the new path of how to go, even though I feel like I don't want to go. So that's the new me. Yes. I'm just going to check my notes because I went through through it totally differently, but it's good. Yeah, and that would be it. Shlomo.
The new me is that I'm perfect, even if I don't know who is the new me.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope it was understandable, because I really don't don't remember anything I was talking about. And my structural mind now is just like, yeah, the new me is not the new me.
Thank you very much for that. Thank God I didn't give you 2 days, because then we will talk for hours. But yes, today in the podcast, when they interviewed me, I told part of my stories. I really feel when you are talking as well. I was the youngest judge in Israel. I was 34 years old, and I was a judge, which is a lot of responsibility. And then I read the book, and in the book there were 3 sentences. One was, when the heart is open, pros and cons are disappearing, which was for me the first path into me going beyond my self-judgment. And this is the way I see you doing it, going beyond your self-judgment. It will take you a little bit more time, but you're on the right way. The second lesson was, I wrote it here, there are the goal seekers and the celebrators. And he said that it can't be both. As long as you're a goal seeker and you believe that the love you get on this planet Earth depends on how you achieve the goals, and you beautifully showed it talking about the karate. Because the moment karate became, let's say, an art of belts and colors, at that very moment, it was not an holistic work, it was more something that you can compare. My teacher, Viresh, who I really cherish, he has a belt, a black belt on karate. And black belt on karate, I used to share it to tell everybody that he has a belt, black belt on karate. But it has nothing to do with him as a teacher. But the color is something. And it was also for me when I was a child, it was like some kind of a dream that I will never be there, never come to this place. And there were 3 sentences. I said about the gold seekers. I said about I wrote them here. And the third was about home. I was talking about home. And also, I think Osho said it, not Osho, but the people who were disciples. Home is where the heart is. Home is where the heart is. Home is where the heart is. So sometimes you have in your home Prince Charming. Sometimes you have at home only yourself. But as long as you can give yourself love, unconditional love, then you don't go to the Prince Charming as a codependency work, that you need him to tell you that you are the one, the most important, the most beautiful, whatever it is in this planet. But at that very moment, you can relax and you know that at the end of the day, you have yourself. And when you come to a relationship out of this, then, control and dependency are the 2 sides of the same coin. If you depend on your husband, sometimes financially or emotionally, you're also controlling him. Because when you need him and you want it to be there all the time, you're doing all the manipulations to control him. And we used to think that, that men are controlling women. Many times in my life, I saw the opposite. Once I was in my court, a very big man came, and it was a violence case. And his wife was, I think, her length was like his feet. So she was really tiny. And they came to the court, and the title was violence, and I was sure that he was beating her or something. And then I saw there was a scar on his face like this. So this little woman, she threw the iron on his face and she made the scar. So you never know who is controlling whom and how. And it is always, always, always the same. If you see a dependency, you will for sure see control on the other side. And I used to say that, men meets women, all the fantasy, maybe horse on the sea or whatever you want. Sun eclipse, looking at the sun eclipse, to see whatever it is. And this takes 15 minutes until you try to fix your partner to your needs. And then control and dependency are happening, and this is not love. It is another story, another game, and then we miss ourselves. So, first of all, I think I will ask everybody here to share who is your new you, because I think this is a great idea, as I told you. But also I want to say that I always see it like love and freedom. And the more you are loving yourself, you are more free. And then when you come for a man, let's say, when you want to meet a man as a partner, when you come totally in your holistic situation and not as a codependent situation, then you create paradise. When you come that you need somebody to fill in you, to fulfill your needs, then you create heaven. So this is something that we all know, but in this point of view, when you are divorced, I think it's a good idea for the future. And I feel like your father now, but I will not say, but I will say a little bit. I say just first, don't rush. Don't rush. Take your time. I was 8 years alone before I got remarried. And I will maybe give you one lesson about it, but just let's leave it here. You have to learn how to be alone before you learn how to be together. And when we are married, I was married when I was 23, I got married, and when I was 26, I had already 3 children. So I didn't have time to be myself, to be with myself. So you need to take your time to be with yourself. This is what I have to say to you. And if somebody or people want to respond to, and I want to say that it was amazing, really amazing. It's important to say. And thank you. So now I want somebody, I think Jasmina. Jasmina, you didn't talk yet, huh? Jasmina?
Oh, no, I didn't say. So,
So you will talk next week?
I don't know because I don't know how it will be with my time because I'm on the seaside with my parents, and now I'm on the seashore because now I have to here still in the house. It's a little bit crowded.
If there is somebody else who want to share with us, maybe Yanni, you can be next week? Okay, if somebody want to share who is the new you, we are happy to listen. I can say names, but if you want to share with us. Okay, Renee, give me a number. Renee, say number.
Number 7.
7. Okay, I'm counting now. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's again Oriani. You cannot say. So it comes to Michaela. So next week we will hear from Michaela, who is the new Michaela. Okay, thank you. And then we'll go from lesson to lesson. And now, if you want to say something to Barbora, we are all invited to share your feedback. Yes.
This is Rennie, and I just want to thank you so much, Barbara. I feel connected. You were great. You were great. Thank you very much.
I am love. You are love. We are love.
Thank you very much, Rene.
Okay. Who is next?
Barbara, it was wonderful. Thank you so much. You know, it's interesting because as you're talking, you can't help but go back and start thinking of all the changes or challenges that you had. And so, yeah, it was really good because it helped me sort of identify the different parts in my life when I was going through those transformations myself and coming to those realizations. So it was really well done. Thank you.
Thank you very much, all.
Okay. Who else? Michaela, what do you want to say to Barbora?
How do you know that? I was just thinking about to say that I'm always impressed by the wisdom which come out of your mouth in the words that can touch people's heart deeply as they are. So simply, so nicely, so with a full love. Yeah, I nearly got tears in my eyes on some point when you were talking about your story. So thank you very much for inspiration for all of us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Дякуємо. Thank you.
Petrina.
What's really striking me is how much more you are in your heart and how you are really aligned in a new way. You're not focused on your fear, you're focused on your power. And I wrote in the chat, it reminds me of A Course of Miracles of removing the blocks to love. And thank you. It was very beautiful. Your presentation was wonderful. You made sense the whole time. So thank you.
Thank you, Petrina. Thank you for this.
Okay, Caroline. Maybe Caroline, before you say something, maybe we all send you some energy to your hips, to your body. And we wish you, I can see you healing very, very easy and fast. Yes. Thank you, dear. Thank you, dear. You can just rely on us. We can be your crutches.
Excellent. Thank you. I can see myself dancing on the shoreline very soon.
So we will be the first to get the first video
The first video,
of you dancing on the sea.
the evidence. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Thank you, Shlomo. Thank you, everyone, for the good energy. It's special good energy in this group, which comes from the field, from the oneness. And thank you, Barbara, for your questions, which are thought-provoking and enabling us to reflect on our own situations in life. A couple of things I have just thought about is sort of like the unbecoming. It's like a stage in life where you're becoming, I don't know, like a teenager, you're becoming a young adult, or you're becoming whatever profession you've chosen, or you're becoming a wife or a husband, or you're becoming a mother, or and this all this becoming, and I think I feel I'm in the stage of the unbecoming. And the other little thought I had is something also sort of like have in my mind in general. It's like, what am I becoming? Or what am I? Where am I? It would be like I am in the process of becoming loving awareness, simply. So thank you so much, and I have made notes with your questions, and we'll put them in the group as well, the group chat, and yeah, great. Lovely to hear from you. That smile of yours, that big heart. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Caroline. Thank you.
Thank you, Caroline. Nadine, what do you want to say?
Barbara, it was inspiring and touching. The way you involve us by sharing the question at the beginning, which made the trip with you. And I always like when the metaphor and stories, because it helps to find our own way, our own answers. And it was simple and touching. Thank you. It's really full of wisdom. Thank you.
Thank you, Nadine, very much.
Yanni.
Thank you very much, Barbora. I think that was really lovely. I have actually written down all the questions you were writing in the chat, so I have them for afterwards. And I love the metaphor about the karate. I think that was very enlightening. I have been doing taekwondo, so I could totally relate to that with the level of hierarchy. I think that was really interesting, and I love your presentations, all the life, all the smiling, all the good energy you have. Thank you very much for that. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Abby.
Hi, Barbora. It was very thought-provoking. I love the questions, and it took me to all sorts of different places. I have my white belt in karate. I got that when I was young. Yeah. And my chiropractor teaches Aikido. And there's other martial artists in my family. I have a cousin who is a second-degree black belt and taught the Canadian Olympic team. So the picture of the karate master really touched me. Like I could feel that energy, and I didn't know the history. So that was really interesting. Yeah, I didn't realize it had just become a sport. I thought, yeah. So yeah, the questions are really interesting because I see where I am in so many different places, and I've been going through that rediscovery of myself. And I love the exploring, and I don't think we ever stop. I think it's an ongoing process through life. So you just keep changing hats and figuring out who am I now, right? And that's the same with the martial arts, right? Like they need to be flexible, and they need to be aware in the moment, and capable of moving quickly. And it's a really good analogy for life. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jasmina.
Yes, I also thank you for this presentation and for your positive and really feminine energy, new energy, like women should have, young and also the. I think this is also this power you have, and you can have to show the other woman what it is. This is this lioness in you, and it's really it's it's your you. I also have this point of presentation, like your power that you have. And then this presentation, also I like how you compare the karate and how it is evolving in from what it really is and what it should be. I have also only white belt in karate when I was 10 years old, and in this place where I am, my parents have here on the seaside the house. And when I was 10 years old, in the summer, I went to teach this karate, and all the kids from our street went there because there were all also uh, people from Japan with, like you said, this karate teachers. Uh, they uh, they they made some how to say they spend here the summer, and they have also their school and so on. But this was one part that they teach also children for the. But it's funny that it happens today that he's playing this. So nothing is. Uh, there are all connections everywhere we go. So this is also interesting. And all your expression, how you feel now, how you change, if you know it, because many people don't know how they change, or they can't throw away their mask. This is also one point. They don't want to throw away their mask, and this is very good. that your consciousness is about this, and we all have this knowledge about it. So thank you very much.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you, my family. I'm so happy I have you in my life. It's unbelievable how support and trust. And I hope to see you, for sure, we'll see you next week. And I hope more people will join next week. So enjoy. Have a great week. I love you. Bye bye. Bye, Michaela. Bye, Barbora. Bye, Yanni. Bye, Nadine. Bye, Caroline. Bye, Jasmina. Bye, Nadine. Bye, Abby. Bye, Kulam. Bye, bye. Bye, Barbora.